All right, we're live. Let me just make sure that the audio is good, and then we can go ahead and deposit some money and get going here. All right, yeah. So the audio sounds fine on my end. Let's get some money in and let's start drafting the puppy, the fast puppy. So let's go deposit. There we go. So we're gonna work the fast puppy, but I think I'm gonna use um a cheat sheet here. So let me look. I want to do. So if you guys have watched any underdog video, you would know that Hayden Winks actually makes rankings every year, and he keeps them updated. And more recently, they've been updated on July 1st. It's the 18th, so a couple weeks ago. So we can actually take a look at the rankings here. We'll show the page. So here we are. Can read that for a second. Just he's done 58 drafts. Have ranking disagreements, such and such, and some of his ADPs and everything, they align with what underdog actually is. Just up a couple spots, down a couple spots for guys. He's high on JJ. I'm a little bit wary on JJ. Obviously, quarterback play. I think he's stuck in like a Devonte Adams situation. Now, I mean, with a better head coach by far, and age is on his side compared to Devonte, but at the same time, the quarterback play. Who's going to get him the ball? Not just targets. He's going to get targets, but if you watch Devonte Adams, how many boom bust games did he have, and how many catchable targets did he have? Right. So that's kind of what I'm worried about. I was watching. If you watched the Vikings games last year, the year before, Kirk is just fitting the ball into such a small window for Jefferson to handle the football. And if the ball's anywhere near JJ, he's catching the ball. But if it's right on his chest, he's for sure catching the ball, and that's what Kirk would do every time, even in tight scenarios. So I don't think that's going to happen. And what could end up happening is, honestly, these two guys, whether it's JJ McCarthy or um, Sam Darnold, I'm going to put them in harm's way, in my opinion, on some of these balls. Right? They're not going to be right at him. They're not going to be on time all the time necessarily, right? These things are over the middle of the field. Second too late, boom, he's popped, right? What's going to happen on those routes? So that's more my concern with JJ. I do like, I mean, the talent wise and the age wise, like he's unmatched. It's just we're with bottom five quarterback play. We're an unknown quarterback territory, right? Sam Darnold hasn't played, much of anything recently. McCarthy's a rookie. How many rookie QBs come out and fucking do well? Not many, right? So he's up high on him, 2 spots, which isn't crazy. JJ has been actually moving up a little bit. I honestly had Amon Ra ahead of him in some of my drafts. that's changing a little bit. I think Amon-Ra's ceiling was last year. I don't think he's going to get much higher than what he had last year. It's going to be hard to do with Laporta, Gibbs, Montgomery, Jameson Williams. There's a lot of mouths to feed with a quarterback that's, above league average. But at the same time, they're going to feed the ball to everybody. So let's keep going, scrolling down here. These are the rankings we're going to use for this first draft. Should be fun. Let's actually jump into a draft here. Fast puppy. So fill up real quick. I've done 27, 28 drafts this year so far. Mostly the low. I mean, I'm all low end. I don't think I've done any best balls. I do want to get into a couple best balls. I've done a few weekly winners. Would like to have 8 weekly winners this year. I did a couple on DraftKings because they do have, when Underdog doesn't have a lot of cheap drafts, I jump over to DraftKings. Now they're a little different. Their scoring is different. It's PPR, full point. They have a little bit different rules. Their big tournament is like $15 million or something, but it's a $20 entry. If you enter one for $20, you get a free ticket for another one. So I do want to do that one. That's not a promo, by the way. I'm no way affiliated with any of these gambling sites, nor do I promote gambling. You will lose your money when you gamble. That is a fact, including fantasy football. Okay, draft starting. I'm going to throw these rankings up on the right side of my screen to look at. We got the 8th seed. So 8th seed we're looking at, in ADP wise, Underdog, you're looking at Breece Hall, AJ Brown. I don't know why Breece Hall keeps falling. And by the way, these rankings were updated on July 11th. It was originally written and made on the 1st of July, updated on July 11th. So he does try to keep these updated weekly from my experience. So it's the 18th today. He should have them updated later today or by the weekend. They have great videos, Underdog. I mean, again, it feels like I'm sponsored by them or something, talking about them all the time. It's just, that's what I watch. I watch them. They have good insights, good analytics. I'm a numbers and analytics guy, especially when it comes to odds and winning games. That's just how you win games. Especially when it comes to gambling. Obviously, when it comes to real life sports, you got to focus on the person as well, the attitude, the chip on the shoulder type. All that kind of stuff comes into play. We don't know these guys. We're never going to know these guys. All right, so I'm up. 20-second pick clock. I don't have a lot of Breece Hall. I think I want to go A.J. Brown. I don't have a lot of A.J. Brown. I'll go A.J. Brown. It's tough in these lobbies, man. You get behind on receiver, and I've fallen flat on my face a few times. It's more like you're going to hero RB in a lot of these drafts. I've gone. Now, I've experimented at the turn, going like Gibbs and JT. Barkley used to be more at the turn. He's fallen. Receivers are just up all the time on these rankings. It's insane. I personally have Saquon higher than most people. I have him in 15th on my ranking. His ADP is 20.8 right now, Underdog, and Hayden Winks has him, I think, at 19. If we want AJ Brown there, he had AJ Brown right next to Breece Hall. I just didn't want to do an RB build. I've done a lot of RB build. We're about to be up on the clock with pick 17. His rank 17 is JT. JT's off the board. JT went at the turn with Marvin Harrison. So what are we looking at here? So he has Nico Collins pretty high up. Ayuk. I've taken a decent amount. Let's go Collins. I haven't done really Nico Collins at all. Let's snag him. I might have 0 shares of Nico Collins, so this will be a fun build. We'll go AJ Brown, Nico Collins right out of the gate. One thing I like to do in all my... What do we have next, actually? I kind of like to look ahead, see what pick we are, pick 32. But I also like to, right, once we get these receivers, I like to definitely queue up the quarterbacks. I just type in the team name, really, and then I get every guy queued up, especially in the early rounds, that are going to be draft worthy for me, that I can stack with, right? Because stacking correlations are a big part of best ball. Ayuk off at 23. Well, with the recent news, I'd imagine he's falling too with him requesting a trade. We have no idea where he's going to be. He's going to be a 1 in the offense he goes to. I'm a Steelers fan, so if he's coming here, I'd assume he just gets thrown into the 1 role with the money he's going to be demanding. We got George Pickens, so I mean, they're going to be with questionable quarterback play, right? Can Russ really lead a surge and a rebound here? So, kind of up in the air with Ayuk, in my opinion. So, coming up here on the clock. Pick 32. Who are we looking to go? So, if we scroll down a bit, Tank Dell queued up. We got Diggs queued up. Can we go Houston build? Do we want to do a Houston build? No, because if we're looking at the rankings here, looks like Derrick Henry. I wouldn't mind Derrick Henry. Let's queue him up. We started off AJ Brown, Nico Collins. Derrick Henry goes right before that day. He has Pacheco after Derrick Henry. That's the next best on the list. Do we want to reach for Pacheco, though? No, let's do a Diggs. Let's go Diggs. We'll do a Houston stack and see what we can do here. He has Diggs as 40. Diggs ADP is 32. I know I said I was going to use these to draft. The Pacheco, his ranking is 28th. The Pacheco, I love Pacheco. Right, he's going to own that backfield. But his ADP is 44 and a half on Underdog, and Winks has him at his 28th pick. I could get Pacheco pick 41. So if I want to make a Houston build, I'm just going to grab those guys. Never mind. Pacheco goes at 36. Moving up the rankings, in my opinion, just because everyone's starting to know, hey, this guy knows the backfield, right? Now this guy at the turn 2, he also took Jonathan Taylor. He reached on him a little bit. He goes Amari Cooper there. Reaches on Amari by a couple, picks. So now, what are we looking at? Let's go Jalen Hurts here. If we can get Jalen Hurts, we're going Jalen Hurts. W. Crisp 1513 on the clock. Yep, we're going Jalen Hurts. Winks has Hurts ranked 29th. ADP is 41. Perfect. We get him as a steal. Right, so now we got Hurts, AJ Brown, Nico Collins, Stephon Diggs. Boom. Stacked up. Tons of late running back values. I like it. Typically my builds have been like Hero RB though. I'm a big fan of in the first 3 to 4 rounds, I'm usually grabbing an RB. When I don't, what they say in this punting RB, I always find myself picking RBs that I just, that's what's going to happen. You're going to pick RBs you don't like, guys that are very questionable. You got question marks on all of them. It's the late round guys. Jonathan Brooks coming off an injury. Zamir White, what's he going to be? He looked good at the end of the year, but who knows? You got Najee and Jaylen Warren together, which they should be fine this year. I like them. I like the Pittsburgh guys. I know I'm biased as a Pittsburgh fan, but, last year, him and Warren coming off pretty good seasons. Warren should see a slight maybe uptick in usage, but with Arthur Smith coming in, man, are they going to run the ball. They're going to have a great duo, in my opinion. Improvements on the line. Right, we draft two guys. We draft a center. Huge for us. I would like to say Broderick was going to play his real position, but he's not. But he's a beast. TikTok live streaming. What do you guys think about multi-streaming? Alright, so we're coming up 56. Scrolling down these Winks rankings. We could go RB here. He has Josh Jacobs as his rank 33. Josh Jacobs is ADP 53.3 right now. I'm higher up on Josh Jacobs than most. He's really high on him. I'll take him. I like him. Josh Jacobs goes. Never mind. Who's our next best here? We gotta hurry here. I don't know. We'll go James Cook. We'll go James Cook there. He has James Cook as his rank 53. ADP at 58. He had Anthony Richardson a little higher at rank 50. We already have Jalen Hurts, so I'm not too interested in that route. Joe Mixon was another option. We probably should have won Joe Mixon, to be honest. Here's Joe Mixon ranked 47th. Should have just went Joe Mixon. I wasn't even thinking. I went ahead and I didn't even stack up the right players when I was drafting. So I forgot to click Joe Mixon when I was entering in my my stacks. So punted that a little bit. Maybe he follows us. Who knows? Probably not right here. J-Buck has no running backs. He's probably going to go Mixon or Rachaad White. Unless he has... No, he's going to go with Joe Mixon. I figured. Coming up here, we got D-Hop. Should we go Rachaad White? Should we just mess around and go Rachaad White? Okay, we'll go Rachaad White. That's the next highest he has. Here's Rachaad White at 54. We just got him at pick 65. So him and James Cook are back-to-back in these rankings, 53, 54. We should have went Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon is a little higher on those rankings. But in his eyes, we just got a value at the pick we just got him at with James Cook and Rachaad White. So I'll take it. Yeah. It's going well so far. Let's see what else he has in here. So we got Worthy already gone. Kyle Pitts gone. What are we looking at here? We're in the ADP, the 70s, the ADP here. McConkey. Nope, McConkey gone. See how far Addison starts dropping. I'm kind of nervous. We got our two running backs. We need to get back to either tight end or we need to start hammering receivers. see where he has Evan Ingram ranked. Not bad, huh? He's Zach Moss ranked really high. Yeah, he has Ingram ranked 13 picks past ADP at 90. So, ooh, stroll away from that. We need receivers. Pick 80 coming up. Jordan Addison, man, just such a bummer. I haven't gotten a chance to look, but let's just go Keon Coleman because we have James Cook in here. Unmeaningfully meaning to tap him, but all right. Man, he's Jordan Addison ranked 93. Which, I mean, now makes sense. Okay, we're up to pick 89. Still looking for some value. I mean, I like Jake Ferguson. He has Jake Ferguson at 77. Ferguson has an ADP of 84.2 right now. Creeping up the draft board a little bit. Two guys in front of us don't have a tight end. Probably going to go a tight end. W. Crisp sniped us last time. Yep. And he's gone. Maybe I snag Ramondre Fallen? Nope, can't snag Ramondre. Well, it looks like I'm just going to go... Let's go Courtland Sutton. We'll take a chance. I haven't drafted like any Courtland Sutton. I was going to go Curtis Samuel there. Stack him up with James Cook and Keon Coleman. But I've taken a decent amount of Curtis Samuel. Haven't taken really any Courtland Sutton. He has them back-to-back in his rankings. 83 and 84. Their ADPs are back-to-back at 91 and 92. So, I mean, we have two viable running backs, right? We need to get those late-round running backs, but there's so many, right? Like, if I get two starters, you only need two to start, and now you're just, like, there's so many guys on the back end, man. You don't know what Tony Pollard could do. You don't know what Brian Robinson's going to do with Eckler there. And then you have Eckler. Like, you have guys that are old, probably burn out, but, I mean, at the same time, like, you never know what they're going to do in these offenses, right? So they're great late-round picks. Still need a tight end. At this point, we're probably just looking... We're just hunting for Goddard or Schultz. Probably Goddard, in my opinion. We're going to pick 104. He's pretty high on Blake Corum. He's high on Trey Benson, Rico Dowdle. He has Goddard at 108. I like that. Rashid Shaheed, 103. I like that. I'm a big Shaheed fan. Dontayvion Wicks, man, he's pretty high up on his rankings at 101. I wouldn't mind it. What do we think about if I can snag Jordan Love? Doing a little Dontayvion Wicks action. next pick. Oh, J Love goes. That guy has 3 quarterbacks: Josh Allen, C.J. Stroud, and Jordan Love. Wow. Yeah, totally a winning team. So now we're stuck here. Let's go Shaheed. I like Shaheed. Big Josh Palmer fan as well. And so is Hayden Winks. I should have went Josh Palmer. But no, Josh Palmer is 94th, so 10 ranks above ADP for Winks. I go Shaheed. He's kind of right there in line with ADP. See if we can get Goddard coming around here. I really hope we can. Actually, let's see where he has Goddard ranked. Not that low. I'd imagine he's pretty flatline with Dallas Goddard. Maybe not. I don't. Maybe not. He's pretty high with Dallas Goddard. He has him ranked 108. CDP's 114 or 115 now. He's dropping it a little bit. So I'll stack him up here. AJ Brown, Jalen Hurts. Leave some of these better names off the board, I guess. I like Trey Benson. I do. But just the way the build's playing now, we need a tight end. We have the stack. So we'll roll with it. We'll run it. So it's tough to keep up with these rankings and scrolling while I'm trying to see who's on the board and where some of these guys are on this smaller screen. So I've kind of punted some of this, but we'll see. Let's look at the board. So the board looks, Alright, so we got some receivers back. My cat's on the desk, sniffing the microphone. Come on. It's about to be 128 on the board. Some values. I mean, Blake Corum. I've drafted a decent amount of Blake Corum. And I think that's to offset what I've drafted with Kyren Williams, because I have taken a decent amount of Kyren as well. Somebody I love is tight end, and I think they do too, is Big Pat for the Steelers. Again, biased, but he's good. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, he's good. Let's go Charbonnet. Do we go Charbonnet? Yeah, let's go Zach Charbonnet. I should have went Rico Dowdle there, if we're being honest. Chris Charbonnet ranked 126, which is still above his ADP. We got him at 128. But I still have a chance to get Dowdle here. Winks has him ranked pretty high. He's got Dowdle like with Trey Benson and Blake Corum, right? Thinking that Zeke's old. How much is he really gonna do, especially in the passing game? And Dowdle, they were drawing up plays for him. He's got some moves. He got some explosiveness. He's good. He's found in the end zone. Right? He can kind of do the thing. So I'm a fan. I like it. He's also a big fan of Jalen Polk. We need a receiver, but I think we're kind of chilling our receiver right now. Cool. We'll go Rigo Dowdle here. I don't think I've maybe drafted Dowdle once. I was high on him last year. Really thought if Pollard was going to miss time, that Dowdle could have himself, a decent workload. Big enough guy, I think. Has the explosiveness to do something, especially against the offense in Dallas is so good, right? That's what you think with Tony Pollard. That's what we have with Zeke, where it's like even if they're average to subpar, not subpar, if they're an average running back with any talent whatsoever, they're gonna get opportunity. It doesn't mean they're gonna get in the end zone, right? I found that trap with Tony P last year, where I just really thought he had to start getting some positive regression middle to the end of the year with all the chances he got. Just didn't happen. I made a trade for him. I traded away ETN, which didn't turn out too bad. ETN kind of fell off a cliff as well later in the year. It's kind of wash, but my team fell apart in my redraft league anyway. I had all the Minnesota Viking players, man. I had JJ, Hawkinson, and Addison. Kirk goes down, JJ goes down, Hawk goes down. It was a mess. It was bad. I don't know why I bet on. I wasn't even paying attention when I was drafting. I just loved all those guys. It killed me. Alright, coming up pick 152. What do I want to do? No running backs. We're done with running back for right now. Get those out of my life. Quarterback, we kind of kicked to the freaking curb here. I do like Bo Nix at like the very end. They've been high on Bo Nix from when I was listening to their sleeper quarterback segment on Underdog. Actually, it's gonna be hard to play their rankings right now. We're just so deep into this. I know they're super high on Geno. I don't have a single Seahawk. Oh, that's not a lie. That's a lie. I have Zach Charbonnet, but Geno Smith's my most drafted quarterback. I need to take a chill because last year I drafted a lot of Geno Smith in my weekly winners because I thought he was going to have another great year. The team looked like, he had the weapons. It just didn't pan out, right? So, Hawkinson goes there. All right, here's a guy they're high on that I will take. Hunter Henry. So, they have Hunter Henry ranked 144. His ADP is 158.7. So, I do know that that's a snag for us. We'll live with that for our second tight end. We'll probably go one more tight end. We're going to try to... Even with Jalen Hurts, we're probably going to go 3 QBs here. I'll queue up Baker because we have Rashad White. I don't really want an unstacked quarterback. I'm not going Derek Carr. I don't like Derek Carr at all. Someone I'm decently high on, Russ. People can hate all they want. I'll draft Russell Wilson. I'll draft Fields too, just in case. But Russell Wilson's a good quarterback, man. You guys sleep on just because he's a character, he's a clown. You sleep on the talent, right? He got put in a situation in Denver, like we thought he was gonna be Superman, dude. And the team sucked, man. What do they have? You have Javonte Williams coming off torn ACL last year. Previous year, Javonte Williams gets hurt, and then we have Cortland Sutton, who sucks for anybody that wants to say he's good. I drafted him, whatever, just because, but he sucks. Okay, he's never been that good. Scores random touchdowns. Jerry Jeudy, trash. Right, he's always injured, showing sparks, whatever. All right, so here we're gonna go. They have Jermaine Burton really high, so we'll go Burton. They have Burton ranked right next to Hunter Henry at 145. So we got Henry and Burton. They're back to back in Hayden Winks rankings at 144 and 145. We get Burton at 161 and we get Henry at 152. So we'll take those. Good values according to Winks. Keep it going. It's been a decent draft so far. Man, I got a lot of week 12 buys though, huh? Man, do I got a lot of week 12 buys. What am I going to do? Just kidding, we don't look at buys. And week 14, jeez. I think those are the big bye weeks this year, huh? Alright, so 1472. God, we might not even get Baker. If we don't get Baker, we have to go 3 QBs. Right? Mandrake May later. We're just getting into crazy territory here where, like, anything goes. You know? For a third tight end, they said it. I love the pick. Noah Fant. Now, I think Noah Fant. Is he off the board? Are people starting to pick up on the Noah Fant trend? They are. They're really thinking. See, that's ridiculous. I was high on Noah Fant a while ago. The talent's there. You know, can he get the numbers though? Okay, so we don't get Baker or Gino, which means we're just gonna grab some more QBs later. Running back, well, let's just go. Let's go Conklin. We'll go Goddard, Henry, Conklin. QB wise, I mean, it's a shit show. Right? Like, I might as well. This guy goes Drake May at 177. Delusional. People are delusional in this shit. He has Ramondre, Demario Douglas. He's like, I don't want to stack him. So, by all means, go ahead. Right? We kicked the curb on the quarterback, so. Well, we're living with it now. Maybe we do go Derek Carr. Maybe we have to go Derek Carr because we have, you know, Shaheed. It's ugly. It's ugly, ugly, ugly. It's so bad. What's funny is I was reading Jacoby Brissett was in the lead. Exceptional spring showing. He was the number one. Month ago. Brissett remains the starter. We're about to be on the clock. Okay. About to be on the clock. Let's go Mims. So, we needed a running back there. But, I'll be honest, I just wasn't even paying attention. We go Mims. Now we have an 8 receiver build. We might need to run a 4 running back build. Unless we're living with Derek Carr as the only other QB. Now, do we really think Bo Nix is going to get outplayed by Jarrett Stidham and Zach Wilson, who couldn't be NFL starters? Probably not. So, but again, we have 2 picks left. Do we go? Shit, I mean, it's hard because I do like drafting like Tyron Tracy. Should have drafted CEH. I would have even taken Dameon Pierce at this point with the Houston guys, but what do we do here? What do we do here? I think we can survive with Hurts. I think we survive with Hurts. Fucking suck it up with Carr. And just look for. I don't know. It was bad. We kicked ourselves to the curb. You go up their rankings and go Bo Nix. Bo Nix, 188. But again, if he's not the starter, we get screwed. Whatever. Risk it. It's $5. It's $5. Who cares? We'll go Bo Nix. And then we're going to try to get Estime or whatever, Esteem, Audric, who, coming off a knee injury, supposed to be ready for camp 6 days ago. That's a backfield where I love drafting Jaleel McLaughlin because he was a dog last year. But if anything happens to Javonte Williams, or he's just not doing the best, Esteem could find himself in a role. And these guys actually have him ranked 179th. And we're at pick 209. So I will take him there if we can get him there. That's my take on it. Alright, last pick of the draft coming up. Let's see if we can get this guy. That'll give us, the Denver stack. Bo Nix, Courtland Sutton, Mims, and Esteem, whatever. Right? And if for some reason Denver somehow outperforms their ADPs and outperforms Vegas's projections of them being horrible, we have a team in the mix, right? Because obviously Philly's going to be good. Obviously Houston's going to be good. But now we have Denver. We got Denver. Right? It's always fun picking these teams that are horrible. Because if they end up good, you're giving yourself a chance in these drafts because no one's, really stacking those players, right? Especially with a rookie quarterback. Look at Justin Fields last year. That was Justin Fields, CJ Stroud, right? So it's a chance. It's a $5 chance. It's a shot in the chamber, right? You're giving yourself the chance. There's 225,000 entries in this, I think. All we need is one. It can only be one. So I like it. So that's the draft. Let's go over it again. We did mess up. I did mess up. I should have went. Who was it? So let's go through. We went AJ Brown, Nico Collins, Diggs, Hurts, Cook, White. Right, I messed up here on the Cook pick. We should have went Mixon since we had the 2 Houston guys. Messed that up. Wasn't paying attention. Anyway, we go Cook, White, Coleman. Messed that up. I just wanted to get the stack with Cook. When I really should have taken, probably not him. I should have taken Curtis Samuel, but I've taken a lot of Curtis Samuel, so I didn't want to. Sutton, again, just want to mix in somebody different and new. We go Shaheed, same thing. Would have went Josh Palmer. Josh Palmer has a route to wide receiver one with Justin Herbert, which I love. But Shaheed, man, he just had. Oh, we left that. He just had big play opportunities, man. Shaheed is like, especially last season, if you watched it, it's just like boom bust, like 70-yard touchdowns down the field. Super fun to watch. So got him. Go Goddard to stack up with Hurts and Brown. Charbonnet, loves Zach Charbonnet. Anything happens to Kenneth Walker, boom. He'll be good. Daddle, same thing. Anything happens to Zeke, even without anything happening to Zeke, if they want to really work in the run in Dallas, like he's going to be a big factor. Hunter Henry, he should come back in a big way. Offense should be, even if it's just a tad bit better than what it was last year. Hunter Henry and that whole offense, they have nothing. They have no number one, no true one, right? So they're just going to be finding their way. And he could lead the pack as a veteran. Burton, don't know much about him. Conklin, Aaron Rodgers. We're going with Aaron Rodgers. Are going to feed Conklin, right? Mims, this is where I messed up. Mims should have went CEH here. I usually like Tracy and Roshan. Should have went CEH. Wink says CEH ranked pretty high, but whatever. Messed up. We went with a 2-4-8 or 2-5-8-3 instead of a 3-5-7-3 build, which is kind of like a prototypical build there. Even with a Hurts, right, where we don't necessarily need 3 quarterbacks, I kicked it to the curb. I go Hurts in round 4, and I don't know. I loved all the values I was getting. I was going off these rankings and started value picking. So overall, I'm in agreement with a lot of these rankings. I'm in agreement with just like proving guys. I'm in agreement with numbers and things like that. It's just a matter of what you can never predict the NFL season. You never know what coaches are going to want to do. You can never predict injuries. So it's tough. But I do like going against the grain of ADP, right? Obviously, ADPs and underdog are pretty consistent because guys are spending big bucks, man. There's guys spending a lot of money on these drafts, but at the same time, you gotta fight the narratives. You gotta fight what everyone else is doing. Sometimes it's easy to just see that name at the top of the rankings and want to click it because it looks like the best because everyone says it's the best. But last year when you're talking about like Tank Dell, Puka, Kyron, and everyone's saying like those guys are going undrafted in lobbies, and then at the end, right leading up to the season, and guys start drafting them again, right? They start scrolling down, picking them, and whoever was picking those guys, guess what? They were winning the leagues. They were winning these underdog, you know, what do you call it? Lobbies, I guess you would say, right? They're getting out of their 12-man drafts and moving on to the rounds, right? That's what's happening. So it's important to look at other people's rankings, right? We're gonna form our own here, our own opinions at Fantasy Spitters. It's just what we're gonna do. This is our first draft on stream. I'm just gonna really love to talk, kick it, talk shit with the chat is what I really want to do. As when I'm live drafting, we're gonna have a ton of analytics coming out. I'm gonna do my research. We're not only gonna talk about underdog and best ball stuff. We'll go into DraftKings a little bit, play a little bit on there. We will talk about redraft leagues, right? So we'll make our own rankings for redrafts. We're going to compare rankings from all the big YouTubers. So you got Fantasy Pros, Fantasy Headliners, Fantasy Flock, to name a few, right? There's a lot of the BDGE guys. I think they do their rankings on half PPR, but I do think they might come out full PPR. Again, my redraft leagues are all full PPR. I'm a fan of that. Get that PPR scam from running backs and whatnot, but it's what I've always played. It's fun to me. I love receiver dominance. I love passing dominance. It's fun. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna be coming out with all that stuff. I think the redraft league stuff is really fun. A lot of people want to see that. You get to see my own leagues. I'm in a 14-man, 2-flex league, and a 10-man, 2-flex league that I run. And then actually looking to get into a dynasty league and make that trying to convince enough people. It's hard to get committed guys. Dynasty leagues need to be up and running. You got to make sure that guys aren't going to leave, because if someone leaves and the team is just dog shit, no one's going to want to pick it up, and then the league's crush, right? So looking to do that. So hopefully having 2 to 3 redraft leagues to show you guys, to get some rankings out, and to learn how to draft. Not only just, you know, one flex, but 2 flex leagues. Some of you guys might play 3 receiver leagues, kind of like how Underdog is, but full PPR, which makes it even crazier. So, yeah, got a lot schemed up. Hope to see you guys, you know, in the live streams, drafting with us, joining our lobbies, hopefully. I got my buddy helping me out with this too. It's going to be a good time. We're going to have a lot of fun leading up to the season. I'm not going to do a lot of big money drafts. I'm not rich by any means, but I'm a degenerate, and I will buy into a lot of these cheaper drafts so I can get some practice in, right, for my redrafts, and it's also fun, right? I'm doing it for fun. The money obviously is a bonus, but it's fun. It's content. I want to do it. I love numbers. I'm a numbers guy. That's why I wanted to get these analytics out too. So, again, it's going to be a good time. We're going to keep you guys updated. We're going to hope to draft, I don't know, about every night, maybe. Right, every draft takes about 45 minutes, so maybe we'll draft every night. If there's these cheap drafts going on, we will be able to draft some. I do want to get into a marathon or two. That's fun. Maybe we'll learn to strat for that. But nothing crazy. I'm not getting into these, you know, $50, $75 drafts. Most I'll do is 10, 15, and a couple best balls if we can. So, appreciate it. Hope to see you guys out in the streams later on. I should be streaming tomorrow. Not sure what time yet. We'll probably do like, I don't know. I probably want to get on the morning stream grind, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Otherwise, been a good draft. That was a good one. Messed it up a little bit, but it was a good one. Be sure to check out some of our YouTube videos that are coming up too. We're going to actually jump on TikTok, try to get some of those things pumping, right? And just content for you guys. Going to try not to take any days off when it comes to this stuff, right? Leading up to the season, we got, I don't even know, not that many weeks, a month and a half. Labor Day's early this year.